So for example, as I have mentioned, if you want to lose the weight by 20 kilograms in 6 months, you can still use this business strategy building process to make a conclusion of choosing the best strategic option of losing your weight. And also you can build your action plans according to the strategic directions you have reached the conclusion. Okay, the first step is gap analysis, and the second step is BC and issue tree analysis with BCG metrics. So I promise that we will revisit BC and issue tree concept in mentioning the classes in step number 2. Okay, and then as I said, we will have a look at analyzing external and internal factors into 4 distinct classes. One is industry analysis. Step number 3-1 is industry analysis. Step number 3-2 is competitor analysis. Step number 3-3 is about customer analysis. Step number 3-4 is core competency analysis. So throughout these classes, so I will emphasize how to define the industry, and then understanding the characteristics of the industry according to the Michael Porter's 5 forces, and understanding the dynamics of the industry to assess whether the industry is attractive or not. Those analyses are quite important. And in the step number 3-2, under the name of the competitor analysis, I will make a presentation how to define the competitors. There's a direct competitor, there's indirect competitor, there's a potential competitor to our company, and how to divide the competitors into those 3 different categories, and then how to collect the data for the competitor analysis. And then I'll also mention how to collect the data from the competitor analysis will be mentioned during my class. And during in the class of covering customer analysis in step number 3-3, I will talk about defining and then understanding who is our customer is important. So profiling the ordinary customer is important. And the next topic is the understanding the needs and wants of the customer is very critical. So how to effectively collect the data about the customer needs and wants are the main topic of the classes in step number 3-3. And in step number 3-4, this is about the company's strengths and weaknesses, the core competency analysis. So I will present what's the definition of the core competencies. And in order to identify the core competency of our company, so I will also introduce the VRIO analysis, VRIO, VRIO analysis. And after that, we move on to choosing the best option, strategic options, right? And in this section, after analyzing a lot of data from the step number 3, we will choose one strategic directions, and then we will go one step further, one step deeper to develop 4P mix strategy, 4P strategies. So what does 4P stand for? 4P is the marketing strategy covering those 4P areas. 4P is product, price, promotion, and place. And after the 4P analysis, I will present what are the key factors to consider in building the action plans and how to implement those action plans. In writing or the building your action plans, you have to think about smart way. Your action plan should be S, stand for specific, and M stand for measurable, A stand for actionable, R stand for relevant, and T stands for timely. So in developing your action plans, your action plan should be specific, your action plan should be measurable, and your action plan should be actionable, and your action plan should be relevant to achieve the targets or the objectives of the strategic directions. And then your action plan should be timely or time-based in achieving your targets. Okay, this is the overview of business strategy building processes. Okay, if I quickly summarize today's lecture, so I started with some very natural and basic thinking processes in early in the morning, choosing the best transportation options, right? And I emphasize that there are a lot of different reasons in choosing one of the options out of a lot of different candidates. So those reasons can be categorized into 4 distinct analyses, from external analysis of the surrounding environment to the competitor analysis, related to stakeholders analysis, and analysis of yourself. So implicitly, you do a lot of analysis in choosing a very simple problem of choosing the transportation means in a rainy day. So based on our thinking process, I developed the step from the step number 1 to step number 5, and then I applied those simple 5 steps in developing the actual business strategies, because business strategy development process is quite similar to the subway case. And the steps I developed from step 1 to 5 covers almost all the topics of the definition of the business strategy of other experts. And from this thinking process, I developed 5-step business strategy building process. So we may systematically build any business strategy using those 5-step processes. So from step 1 of gap analysis to step 5, action plan and implementation, we will cover each one of those specific processes during the later classes. Okay. Strategy was designed and developed to achieve the targets, to achieve something. But in essence, there are a lot of different ways to achieve our targets. But in order for us to choose the best way, we have to analyze a lot of things. Why? Because we don't have a lot of resources. Our resources are limited. What are the resources? Typically, our resources are time and money. If you are a single person, your time and your money are your precious resources. As a company, it's the same. The company's time and money are their resources. When they say the company's time, it is related to the number of the employees' time. So anyway, given that our resources are limited, in order to achieve our targets, we have to think about what are the best ways in achieving the targets. In order for us to make a decision, we have to conduct a lot of external and internal analysis. Okay? So in combining a lot of those key elements, so this is the process I developed from step 1 to 5. So let me finalize the overview of the business strategy building process. And from the next class, we will tackle each one of the entire process of the building the business strategies. Okay? Thank you very much for listening to today's class, and I hope to meet you, all of you, in my next class. Okay. Thank you very much. Bye.